Hello everybody and welcome to a budget guide for Diablo 2. So how good is Sigon set? We are going to find out in this video. First of all, I want to say that I want to explore more budget options in the game for builds and kind of just exploring the game, giving you all the answers for weird questions that people might have had over the years for this nice old game. So if you have any, comment suggestions, what sort of gear you would like to have explored in depth, feel free to comment about that, because I might just make a video about that, trying to kind of just get requests from you people. But this will be about the Sigon item. So what is Sigon? This is an item that drops in, I think, even in Act 1 normal difficulty. It's pretty easy to get, at least in hell difficulty. And the items is gonna be Sigon's full set, but let's just take a look at the set bonus first. Look at all that lifesteal and 30% increased attack speed on the gloves, really sweet. We also get some other minor stats, but it's mostly just the lifesteal and the increased attack speed. I also choose to socket my items with a Fel rune, so all the Sigon's items that I can get are socketed with a Fel rune. Then I use a Ravenfrost ring and a Mana Hilt ring and a Mahim's Oak, whatever that is named, Mahim Oak Curio amulet. This is actually a pretty decent budget amulet. It has bonus to attack ring, which is really important, and then it even comes with all resist, so it's pretty sweet. And then we can talk quickly about the weapon choices then. I think for the video I will mostly be focusing on Bone Snap with a Shell rune in it to hit a breakpoint with Whirlwind. I might also show off Grandfather, just because that's such a legendary weapon in the community. People might want to see how well this compares to Bone Snap with using the shield. So this is one hand now, but if I took off the shield it could also work as a two hand. But I think I just want to test this off as a one hand. And then a little thing here for the PvP lovers out there. This is Death Cleaver, a weapon that is not known a lot in PvM communities, but for PvP this is a very good weapon due to the Deadly Strike. Ideally you would want to get this one as ethereal, but again this is budget. I'm just testing out the items, so yeah, can't really say that I want to get the craziest possible rolls, even though I am using perfect stuff here. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it for the introduction. Can just quickly showcase the stats as well. The horrible resistance and decent enough life. I tend to like putting raw points into strength just to get more damage over vitality. Maybe that's a mistake with having that much minus resistance, but let's see and find out. Let's really fast cover the build. Max Whirlwind, remaining points into Berserk. I took a few points into increased speed and quite a few points into natural resistance as well. I'm maxing Maze Mastery to really make Bone Snap work better. And then I also choose to max both Shout and Battle Orders, so it's pretty standard build. But look at the resistance now with natural resistance. It helps a little bit putting raw points into that. So yeah. Oh yeah, and then look at my attack rating. It's really not good on the Whirlwind. But yeah, this is pretty much it for the build. So let's see what this again can do. Okay, with battle orders we are ready to go. So let's do this. 8-player hell difficulty on River of Flame. Yeah. So now I just need to play a little better as well. But let's test out the damage now. These few mobs here, just casually trying to kill this. Now the good thing with Bone Snap is that it has so much enhanced damage and crushing blow. So you can actually, you look at that. It took off half the health almost. Really good amount of damage for such a budget weapon. However, as you might notice, I'm not really doing enough damage to keep up my mana, even though I'm using Mana Hilt that has 7% life leech. It's mostly just due to the damage is too low, and then I just can't manage to leech enough damage mana. So you have to kind of chuck potions a lot more. I can also see my health dropping even just from the mobs down here doing Breath of Flame on me. It's really dangerous with such a low amount of leech due to the really low amount of damage. So I think this is it for Bone Snap. As you can see, it can kill stuff, but you're gonna using a lot of potions. Definitely have to keep maybe even 2 or 3 rows of mana potion instead of just using a lot of health potions. Yeah. Okay, time for Grandfather. Now, a little note here. With Bone Snap, I'm obviously not being able to use the shield, so it wasn't actually the full set I was using in the Bone Snap video, but I just wanted to highlight that if people forgot about that. The thing is that you do get the 30% increased attack speed and the 10 life leech anyway, even without using the shield, which was the 2 main parts this set gives you, due to the Whirlwind breakpoint being reached pretty easily on all the 3 weapons I'm talking about in this video, with a shell rune and the 30% increased attack speed on the Sigon's gloves. But look at the damage now. 2k, 2.5 even whirlwind damage. It's a lot of damage using just something like Grandfather, which is a very, doable weapon to get. I wouldn't say this is the worst ones to get in game, at least if you play online. So let's remember to do players 8. And then we can just get ourselves buffed up. And there you go. So let's see if I can actually manage to leech a bit. Yeah, the leech was scoring just a little up. However, these mobs also leeches mana if I remember correct. So there might also be a little thing there. Yeah, you can actually see without crushing blow, it's actually surprisingly amount of little damage that I actually do. I tend to forget how good crushing blow is. It's really just amazing crushing blow for players 8. Okay, it's dead. Let's move up a little bit. Let's hope to avoid meeting mobs that burn you. So this is perfect. No, man, I don't want to deal with all these strangler mobs here. Kinda just want to run past them, so the mana burn effect is not a concern. Let's see. Whoop. You can't jump that far, too bad. Okay, let's test out the damage then. Can't really seem to find spot without mobs. Okay, let's do this. I can actually keep up my mana rather good. It's not all doom and glory. This is actually going pretty well. I'm able to survive even. Running around with that 4k life is definitely enough, even with such a low amount of resist. However, the mana is the biggest problem. I just simply can't leech, especially when I'm surrounded by mobs that might also drain my mana over time. So yeah, let's quickly get out from here, and then we can go do Eldritch as the last thing, just to kind of see how that works on 8 player with this sort of gear. Okay. I'm actually surviving pretty well. I'm surprised that I'm able to do this, considering it's charge bolt. I haven't really killed any of the mobs yet, but yeah, let's see if I can not eventually manage that. At least I'm not dying. Okay, okay. First potion used there. Well, run away. So the problem with 8 player is that they actually heal me more than I can damage them. So I'm pretty screwed in that regard. But Eldritch is at least down to half health now. I actually think if I went with Bone Snap, it would have been a lot faster, again due to Crushing Blow. It's pretty deadly, Crushing Blow. So let's try to do one player. Oh, whoops, I forgot. There you go, player set to 1. So let's see this again. Now it should be a lot more doable. At least if the command worked well. Doesn't really seem to do too much damage. This is pretty slow. Let's try to find just maybe a little bit in an easier area. Let's try to go to Act 1 or something, cause the mobs in Act 5 are definitely harder. So let's try to go to Stony Field and find some smaller ones. Oh, this is perfect. So let's try to kill a few of these carvers here. Wow, see, this is much more doable when we are now in Act 1 only. Let's get it back up to players 8, and this last pack will then be the end of it, I think, before the video gets too long. So let's just get a bit of mana up. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I'm surprised that standard items such as Sigon Shield can clear the game without too much trouble if you're willing to spend, you know, a lot of time even doing basic things. It's definitely not meant to do with an 8 player, but if you only have Sigon Shield, maybe found a few unique items like Ravenfrost, don't think you can't do the game. That's probably the lesson learned from this video. Again, if you have any sort of video ideas for things you want covered, anything from like using full set items to even just weird items like Death Cleaver here, feel free to comment about them. I would love to do more of these videos here. Everything here was done in Hero Editor, so it's of course easy for me to do this now with Hero Editor and whatnot used. So if you have any sort of builds that you would want to see tested, feel free to comment about that. And as always, thank you for watching and have a good one.